The four artists, Henny Potgieter, Frikkie Kruger, Peter Kirchhoff and Lorica Postman, then started working in 1940 on these panels inside the monument. They first drew it on paper, then they made little clay models of these panels, and eventually the exact size in plaster. In 1946, after the end of the Second World War, this was shipped to Italy and to the city of Florence, where the Romanella company made these panels between 1946 and 1949. Henny Potgieter spent some 18 months in Florence to oversee this whole process. It was shipped back to South Africa in middle 1949, and in November of 1949 they started putting this up inside the monument. The eve before the opening of the monument on the 16th of December 1949, the 15th of December, they put the last panels in place here. These panels are called frieze. It's 92 meters long, and it's the second longest frieze in the world. It tells you the story of the independence of two republics, the old Transvaal and Orange Free State republics in 1852 and 1854.
The architect of the monument was Gerard Moerdijk. Moerdijk was a trained architect who studied in England and France and travelled widely in Europe and Africa, where he got some of his ideas for the design of the Voortrekker monument. This panel tells the story of the first major battle between the Voortrekkers and the Ndebele in what is today known as the Free State. 6,000 Ndebele attacked a small group of Voortrekkers under the leadership of Potgieter at Veghkop, near the present town of Heilbron. This is the story of Voortrekker leader Louis Trichardt, who was the first to leave the Cape Colony in 1835. He moved from the Soutpansberg through the Lowveld into what is today known as Mozambique. Most of his group of trekkers died of malaria. The little boy standing in the middle of the panel was the 11-year-old Paul Kruger, who later became the president of the Zuid-Afrikaanse Republic from 1883 to 1902. Here Piet Retief is sworn in as the first governor of the Voortrekkers in 1837. Here Potgieter is negotiating with Maroka, the chief of the Borrolong tribe, who came to the Voortrekkers' assistance after the Battle of Veghkop by providing them with cattle. After his election as the first leader of the Voortrekkers, Retief visited the Zulu king Dingaan in his kraal Ngungungluvu in February 1838 to negotiate for land. Dingaan granted the Voortrekkers right of property in parts of Natal. However, after signing the treaty, Dingaan decided to kill Piet Retief and his 70 men, as well as their coloured servants who accompanied them. Dingaan then ordered his warriors to kill the rest of the Voortrekkers who were waiting on Retief's return. During the night of 17th February 1838, the Voortrekkers were attacked at Blokrans by Zulu warriors. They set fire to the wagons and stole thousands of livestock. Approximately 40 men, 56 women, 185 children and 250 coloured servants were killed. The lady on horseback was an Italian lady, Teresa Viglioni. She was an Italian tradeswoman who bartered with the Voortrekkers. During the night of the massacre at Blokrans, this brave woman mounted a horse and warned other Voortrekkers of the impending danger. After the massacre, Potgieter and Ace led a punitive expedition against the Zulus, but it failed. Ace was critically injured and his son Dirkie tried to defend his father, but was also killed. This panel depicts the Voortrekkers' despondency. Some of them seriously considered the option of moving back to the Cape. However, a leading figure, namely Andries Pretorius, arrived on the scene in November 1838. He was chosen as their new leader and immediately took charge. He motivated the Voortrekkers to prepare for final battle against Dingaan. Pretorius and approximately 464 Voortrekker men and an undisclosed number of coloured servants departed on a mission to Dingaan's kraal. The Voortrekkers decided to pledge a vow that if God would help them in the upcoming battle, they would always remember that day as a sacred day. This vow was repeated from the 9th to the evening of the 15th of December. Dingaan got word of the advancing Voortrekkers and sent approximately 20,000 warriors to confront them. On the 16th of December, the battle took place at the river Nkomi. This decisive battle was won by the Voortrekkers. More than 3,000 Zulus perished, but not one of the Voortrekkers was killed. The river was tainted with the blood of so many Zulu warriors that the Voortrekkers renamed the river Blood River. The Voortrekkers settled in Natal and called their new republic the Republic of Natalia. This republic existed only until 1843 when the British annexed it. Many Voortrekkers eventually decided to move out of Natal and into the interior of South Africa. This panel depicts the signing of the Sand River Convention in 1852, whereby Britain acknowledged the Transvaal as an independent republic. In 1854, the Free State also became an independent republic with the signing of the Bloemfontein Convention. This date marks the end of the Great Trek.
This is the cenotaph, the very center of the Voortrekker monument. A cenotaph is an empty grave or a symbolic grave. This is solid granite, red granite, coming from the little town of Parys in the Free State. Every year on the 16th of December, exactly at 12 noon, the sun shines through that little hole in the dome onto the words, "We for Thee, South Africa."